Well guys, here is a brand new Victoria 2 After Action report, and hopefully my voice is loud enough because this music's kind of loud in the background, as this is me playing as America in the Attack on Titan music mod that one of my buddies Aaron made as we did MP together. As I played America and he played Brazil. I'm going to talk about from my perspective. So of course, I did my usual shit as America. I tried to make it so slavery would be abolished soon before the slavery debate happened, so Civil War wouldn't happen, but unfortunately, that didn't happen, as the slavery debate pop-up did happen, so I was stuck with the Civil War no matter what. So, I went about my normal stuff, took over all of my cores from Mexico, I took over Haiti, and Cuba. I actually had the pop-up to allow me to get cores on Cuba and annex them, so I did that. Then, the crazy thing happened, the Civil War pop-up. And I don't know how, because I did all the things required to make the CSA as small as possible, but they were gigantic. They covered, like, almost all this area, like, right about here. Somehow didn't take Texas, even though, from what I remember, they're supposed to be automatically taken to parts of Canada, because I colonized parts of Canada, and Cuba. So, they were massive. But thankfully, still to my big brain, they were weak. So I was able to quickly take them back as soon as possible. And eventually I annexed Hawaii as well. And then after that, I decided to go for a funny, and that was to take all of Canada. So I had to wait for my infamy to burn down, but unfortunately, I had to deal with both the British releasing Quebec, and then Russia fought the British over something in Africa, so they actually took part of British Columbia. So first, I had to deal with Russia to take back all that territory and give me Alaska, since they decided, we're not gonna sell it to you. So I did that, and then after that, I decided to go all in. I forced the British to release a small section of Canada right here, and then I forced them later on to give up all of Canada, which I then annexed in one go, other than Quebec. So I got most of Canada under my control, and that's why I was a bad boy for the rest of the game. So after that, I had to kick the Quebec out of the British sphere and puppetry. So I did that. Then I had to take a little bit of sliver from them around here too. So I had to fight a small war for that before later on near the end of the game, I managed to take over completely. It was then, during this time after the war, that I don't know how this happened, but we had a whole bunch of rebellions in this game. And somehow, even though I had troops in DC and was perfectly safe, I somehow fell to communism. So I became the American People's Republic for the first time, which was interesting and all that. And I decided to dabble into some imperialism over here as I took over all of Korea and Taiwan. And that's why I had to stop to focus on other things, like world wars, as we had a massive world war between the UK and Russia. And man, I had to do a massive slugfest inside Korea to stop them and all that. But we managed to win, of course. And I got the Caribbean islands, and I took this little strip of the British over for a little bit later on. So then, after that, got more funny, as took over the rest of Quebec, and I had another giant rebellion during another war with the Dutch, Ottomans, and Austrians. So, got overwhelmed. I had at one point like 8 million rebels in here. It was insane. And I was forced back to being a democracy. So then after that, I decided to do another funny because the French were bugging Aaron down here. So with my infamy high enough, I managed to take the Indian colony port they had down here, force them to release India. Then I fought the British again to force them to release India. And then when I did that, I annexed all of India. An American India. How about that? And of course, that's when rebels decided to pop up. And that's pretty much when our game ended, as I ended up having almost 300 million people, #1 in the world. As you can see, he got really damn good too, #2. I blew out in the end with the #1 military, #1 prestige, yet only 5th in industry, which is kind of low for America, unfortunately. How about that? Austria! Austria! #1 industry. Oh my goodness, what world are we living in where Austria is the #1 industrial power in the world? That's insane. Plus the British being in 6th place, that's also very weird. But yeah, this was one thing, an annoying game with all those rebels and all that. It was so annoying. But this is No, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it was my best America game, as I had to look up my stats, but Word is being a dick and not loading. But, anyways, this was still fun. It would be nice if all these rebels didn't show up, though. But hey, first MP, and hope to do more MPs with others in the future to do more AR videos. So, oh, that's right, too. I took this from Russia when, in the same war I did with France, I took the Indian Corps from them. So, yeah, because they kept meddling me, so I decided to fuck with them over here. Alright, everybody. So, that is gonna wrap it up here, as it finally did load. And no, this is not my highest scoring game as America. My GSG Vicky Mod playthrough I did back in 2018 and such, that was still higher scoring. But this is still a high scoring game for vanilla. It is in the top 10 now, I just realized. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up here. So see you all next time.